guys, it's Summer. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm just going to be recording my first nursing school video. This one's going to be about to know before starting nursing school. This will be like a life edition one just because I have seen a lot about like things you should know before you go to school and stuff like that. But I don't think I've seen any life edition ones, and I am a part of a Facebook like nursing student Facebook group, and I see a lot of things about people dealing with like personal problems, so I thought maybe I would make a video on it. If you do see me looking down, I am using my notepad because I just jotted a few things down so I don't forget them during the video. The second disclaimer is I have 4 dogs with me. One dog has a breathing problem, so he might periodically, you might hear him snort, so he's laying right here. But just to let you guys know, just in case you think like I have a pig or anything, it's just my dog. So sorry about that. So first things first, so the number one thing that I have on my list, things to know before starting nursing school when it comes to the life edition, number one thing is that everybody always talks about the essentials and the supplies and things that you do need for nursing school, but my number one essential that I think is very important for people, especially for people who are very spiritual and are religious and things like that, if you have a connection with God, or depending on what your religion is, the gods that you believe in and whatnot, I think it's very important to have that spiritual connection, especially because nursing school is so hard and it's very stressful, and you will come across different students who may not have the same beliefs in you, and I do also believe that when it comes to nursing, you're going to come across many patients who have certain beliefs. They'll be on their deathbed. You might work with hospice patients, and they may ask you to pray with them or pray for them when you get off work. So it's very essential to have a personal connection with God. So my number one essential for nursing school was God, or is God, because I'm still going through nursing school. I have faced a lot of problems and situations with friends and things like that throughout nursing school. Even when it comes to like studying and stuff like that, I give my all in the studying, and then I might get like a bad test grade back, but I have to remember that I can't give up and I can always call on God, because like that Bible saying goes, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens. Bible verse that's always in the back of my head to remind me that I may have had a problem, I may feel like giving up, I may have failed, I may have lost family and friends during this journey, but you shouldn't give up and you can do all things through Christ. So it's always a good thing to never forget that He's always there for you. He's the reason why you're going through this process, while you're going through nursing school. This is your calling. So don't Tunchi, what are you doing? Sorry guys, I'm back. My dog locked herself upstairs in my sister's room. So back to what I was saying. Number one, like I said, the number one essential to nursing school is always, for me anyways, everyone has like a different preference and things like that and different beliefs, but it's always been God, because I always have to remember He's the reason why I'm here. He's the reason why I'm in nursing school. I'm a number one essential, because you will face many problems in nursing school, not just stress from school, stress from clinical, relationship wise with friends and family and all that stuff. You'll have problems with that too. I'm not saying that that's for everybody, but I do see like a lot of comments on the Facebook page saying that people are going through things with like their parents getting sick, them getting sick, them losing friends, their friends not being supportive, their significant others not being supportive. So like I said, the number one essential is God, because He will always be there. He'll always be around to listen to you. You just need to pray about it. So number 2 on the list is that it will be hard. Nursing school in general is just a really stressful, it makes me think a lot about when I was in like high school and middle school, and I was stressed out about having to study like one page or one chapter for history and taking a test for that the next day. And I wish I had those problems now, because now I'm in like patho and pharm, and we're taking quizzes over like 4, 5, 6 chapters, and I'm like, this is hard. Like back then I was complaining in high school. No, that was not hard. Like I wish I could go back and smack my younger self and be like, why are you complaining? Do you know what you about to go through now? Because this is just like a whole different type of hard and stressful. There will be times too when you will take a exam, you will take a quiz, and you will study your heart out for that quiz or that exam, and you will get that exam or that test, just totally blank out, or test anxiety like I do. I will study for like a week straight. I had to change my study habits for nursing school. I used to be a person that would study like 3 days in advance. No, I have to study like 2 weeks, a week in advance before, because there's so much material to cover and it's so much memorization. So back to like what I was saying, nursing school is hard. It's a different type of hard. You really have to put your heart into it. You really have to be ready. You really have to put on your strong girl pants and be like, hey, I'm about to knock this out. I can do this. I cannot give up. I made it this far. I probably have only seen one person say that it was easy for them. I wish I was in the same boat that she was, but I'm not. Like, and that's literally how you form bonds with other people in nursing school. Not only are you going for the same major, but you're on the same stress. You probably are complaining about the same professors, everything. It's not easy. It's not all rainbows and sunshine, but you can get through it. Do not give up. You have made it this far. If you've made it past your prereqs and you put all that money into this, keep going. Don't give up. You're here and you're put on this earth for that reason. God would not put you in a position and not have let you get accepted into school, let you pass your HESIs or something like that, whatever your entrance exams are called. God would not have let you pass those entrance exams if nursing wasn't your calling. It's your calling, it's your purpose. You are put on this earth to help people. So do not give up. As much as you may want to give up, I've had plenty of times where I've wanted to give up constantly, especially, and I'm only in my sophomore year and we just started our actual nursing courses. Like right now I'm taking health assessment and patho and pharm. They're pretty hard, but at the same time, and there's sometimes where, not even sometimes, there's a lot of times where I just want to give up, but I have to remember that this is my calling, this is my purpose, this is the reason why God has put me on this earth. Give me one more second.
Don't even look at it. Sit down. Sit, please. Sit, thank you. Good, yeah, sit, yes, okay.
Sorry for the interruption again.
But like I said, nursing school is hard. That's my number 2 thing. Nursing school is hard. It's going to be stressful, but you will get through it. Do not give up. That's my advice. Only in my sophomore year, patho and pharm and health assessment have kind of been a struggle, but if it wasn't for my nursing school friends and my professors and my peers, if it wasn't for them and YouTube, especially YouTube, I thank you for all of the nursing students, RNs, people who have just got their BSNs. If it wasn't for y'all making videos and posting tips and tricks and stuff, I wouldn't get through it. Because sometimes, even in class, when I don't understand a lesson that we're going through, I will go on YouTube, and if I can't grasp the information that my professor is given, or if she's not giving enough information, I will go to YouTube and search the name of that chapter and look for stuff like that. So all praise to that too, because if it wasn't for that, I really probably would be struggling. So my third tip is you will most likely lose friends, okay? This is something I've always had to grasp, and this is not only for nursing school, but in life. You will have people that come into your life who you will think will be your friends. You may consider them your best friend. You have people come into your life for a season, a reason, and they will be blessings and lessons as well. This is like such a strong topic for me because I have been going through it with nursing school. I'll have to do a story time on these, but you will think that people will support you. You will think that people are not selfish, that people are not in competition with you, and you will think that people are your best friends, they're your companions. And then you'll get in nursing school, and 9 times out of 10 you won't have time for anything but nursing, and those people will start to reveal their true colors. They will start to reveal certain aspects about them that you never seen before. You will never see the side of them until nursing school comes along, because at some point in time you will have to take time for yourself. You will have to be selfish, and 9 times out of 10 if you're a nursing school student, you will not have time for other things or other people. And it's really hard to make time even for yourself because you're so focused on trying to reach this goal. It's going to take up a lot of your time, okay? A lot of your time, especially if you're a full-time student, even if you're a part-time student. Kudos to every kind of student that is in school, part-time, full-time, PRN, okay? You will literally have to make time for yourself. When it comes to losing friends, yes, you will lose friends because some people will not be supportive. Some people will be really competitive with you. You'll be like, hey, like, I just want all of us to win. But some people really reveal that they are jealous of you and that they're competitive. And at first, when nursing school starts, they may be like, yes, like, I want you to do it. Like, I'm here for you. If you need anything, let me know. Nursing school starts, you don't even have time for yourself. You possibly can't have time for them if you don't have time for yourself. And then here they come. Oh, you don't spend time with me. You don't make time with me. Our relationship isn't the same. Like, okay, but what happened to the support that we had before? You told me you wanted me to make it. You told me that you were gonna be here for me. And now that I need you, like, where are you? Where's that side of you? Where's this side coming from? So it's like you really will probably, most likely, I'm not saying this is for everybody, but 9 times out of 10, you probably will lose some friends, and because people will reveal their true colors. And that's the sad part of life. It's really sad because you, especially depending on your personality type, characteristics that you possess, how you are as a person, people will really start to take advantage of you, because nursing school will most likely be a point in your life where you might get to your lowest point because you are so stressed out. You want to have a breakdown every 5 seconds. You're looking over material, you're in class, and you're like, really, like, I just want my BS in. Is this 4 years even worth it? And it is worth it. I'm here to tell you that. Like, I'm in my sophomore year, I've got 2 more years left, and you just constantly have to remind yourself that you didn't come this far. Even if it's just your freshman year and you're in your 2nd semester, you didn't come this far to give up. There's a reason why you're in this position. There's like, people always say, I used to hate when people said this, but now, like, I really understand it as I get older. Other people probably took that entrance exam. Other people probably applied to that competitive nursing program that you got into. You cannot fail. Also, the losing friends aspect, those friends that you have lost, 9 times 10, a lot of them are preying on your downfall. They want you to lose, but you are not going to lose. You're going to keep going. You're not going to give up. We'll call on God and pray about it. And you also need to remember that these people who said that they were going to be there for you are not there for you anymore. And yes, it may hurt. I understand. It will take some time to get over. But at the end of the day, you cannot fail. You cannot give up. They are not the reason why you're in the position that you are in. They are not the reason that your calling is nursing. It is not your fault, okay? So do not blame yourself. Keep going, keep pushing, because at the end of the day, when you are taking your nursing pictures with your graduation cap on and your stethoscope on, they're going to be looking at your pictures talking about, oh, congratulations. And it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to be humble, thank you. But at the end of the day, I do remember how you treated me when I was going through a rough time and how you left. But that's okay. You have enough on your plate right now. You will be stressed out, like I said, because nursing school is hard. But you have to remember that you need to take time for yourself. And this is a hard journey. Not only is this the school aspect, but it's people in your life who are coming and going. And you have to remember, like I said, that people are in your life for a reason, for a season, and they're either blessings or lessons, or they're both. You can learn something from people. You can learn not to put so much time and invest so much time into people. But at the same time, they can be a blessing because they can teach you things. They can teach you how to love yourself. They can teach you to keep going. Because at some point in time, these people did support you. They did see the passion and a little twinkle in your eyes when you talked about becoming a nurse and applying for nursing school. These people probably even pushed you to go into nursing school. And now they don't want you in it because you don't have time for them. But now it's your time to be selfish, because you are right at this moment investing in yourself. So, like I said, it's going to be hard, but you can get through it. You will probably lose friends. Like I said, this is not for everybody, but I've seen like a couple things on Facebook or YouTube and stuff where people are talking about losing friends. And this is a tough time in your life. You're just going through so much mentally, emotionally, and physically. Do not give up. Don't give up. Keep going. God is always there for you. There's a reason why he removed these people from your life. There's a reason why he allowed these people to reveal their true colors at this tough time in your life. So do not blame yourself and keep going. So that was number 2. Number 3, you will gain friends. That's the other thing. You will definitely gain friends. Even if you're not staying on campus full time, even if you're not a full-time student, if you're going part-time, if you're just picking up little classes here and there, if you're taking classes online, when you go to clinicals and stuff, you will meet people who are supposed to be in your life, okay? Like I said, I just went through a situation with somebody I was roommates with who I considered my best friend. But at the end of the day, I always got to remind myself, it's not about them, it's about me. I have to be selfish now. But like I said, at the end of the day, you will gain friends, okay? You will have people that you will meet at clinicals. You will have people that you will meet in class who are supposed to be there because they can relate to what you're doing. They can relate to not being able to go out and party. They can relate to not having time for themselves. They can relate to only having time to look in a book just like you. So y'all can rejoice whenever y'all pass that final. Y'all can rejoice whenever y'all are about to go on spring break, Christmas break, whatever y'all want to do. If y'all want to go kick it after class or something like that, when y'all don't got exams next week, Like, y'all can do little study dates and stuff. Like, I am an introvert, so right now I only have, okay, so with me it's kind of different because I have acquaintances, people that I call acquaintances, and people that I call friends. Right now, I would say I have one friend. I'm kind of iffy right now. I don't know. But like I said, you will have friends. Freshman year, I had a group of friends of 4. I'm not saying you can't become friends with people in other majors. You will cross people who are in other majors who you can be friends with. Like I said, everybody's personality types and how you are as a person and your beliefs and stuff and your culture and the way you were raised do play an important part of it. So you will disagree with people, you might not get along with people, you might dislike people, but at the end of the day, like I said, there are people out there who you will meet and you will have friends. So regardless of the losses, God is also going to bring people in your life. So when you lose friends, you got to think about it like this. Okay, God removed that person out of my life. So now he just introduced me or had me and such me in this nursing class. Now we're friends. He got to remove some people out of your life to bring that new person in to make room. He has to make room. So he might remove somebody out of your life who you thought was so important to you, who you've been friends with since kindergarten. You had a lot in common with. Like I said, you will gain friends. He will remove that person to make room for the other person. Don't worry about being lonely. 9 times out of 10, you won't even notice that you're lonely because you're so focused on your schoolwork and trying to get this degree and get these A's, okay? So don't even worry about that.
No, this is number 4. I was in track.
4. We're on number 5. 2 words, okay? I have 2 words for you. If you don't remember anything that I said in this video, remember these 2 words. If you didn't get anything else out of this video, self-care, okay? Self and care, and you put them together and you get the one word self-care, okay? Well, actually, so yeah, one word, self-care, okay? Self-care is important, okay? Self-care is important. So this is actually going to go along with my number 6, if I am on number 6. Mental health, okay? Mental health and self-care go together so well. If you never had to think about self-care, or if you didn't research self-care or think about your mental health, you need to think about it now. Trust me. These are important things when it comes to nursing school. Like I said, nursing school is so hard. For some people, not everybody. For me, it's hard. I've heard testimonies from other people about it being hard. This is not all fun and games. One day somebody's life will be in your hands. So of course it's going to be hard. If it wasn't hard, then everybody would do it because a lot of people are just in it for the money. This is so important. Mental health and self-care in nursing school are so important. I cannot stress this enough. This is one thing that I had to put into perspective and to realize. Self-care can involve a lot of different things. These things are just so important. Like, I really cannot stress this enough. Number 1, when it comes to self-care, you need to find time. Like I said, there will be a lot of times where you will not have time for yourself, but you need to try to make time, because you will overwork yourself and you will not be able to keep going, and that's when you start to reach your breaking point and you will have breakdowns because you're not taking care of yourself. Take some time, study, make little time management charts, write down what time you get up in the morning and just write down every hour. Make a chart of, I'm gonna study until this time. Then after this time, I'm going to take a shower. Take care of yourself. You cannot take care of other people and expect to take care of people proficiently and efficiently without taking care of yourself. If you do not take care of yourself, you will get sick because you will be under so much stress that your immune system will start to weaken and you will be vulnerable to get sick. I've had a couple times this semester and last year during my freshman year where I was so stressed out and worried about school and exams that after I took the exam or the day before the exam, I got sick. So please take care of yourself. Self-care involves even taking a shower. Self-care even allows some time for you to take some time out to read a book, to do some of your favorite hobbies. It's giving yourself time to paint if you enjoy painting, listening to music, going for a little ride, going out to get ice cream as a reward for studying for so long. Face masks, going to get pedicures, going to get a facial. This is so important, so essential to nursing school because like I said, you cannot take care of other people efficiently without taking care of yourself. With school and studying, with not having time for yourself, with having to work if you're working, with losing friendships and there's illnesses and deaths in the family, you need to take some time. So that's why I said self-care. You need to take some time for yourself. Without self-care, you cannot help your mental health. Another thing that goes hand in hand with mental health, especially, is depression. Seasonal depression is a thing. It's not really a thing that a lot of people talk about. Kind of sad that depression is kind of like something that I've seen that people have been making fun of lately, especially like in the media and stuff, or people will try to use it as a joke, or people will just throw it out there and be like, oh, I'm depressed. Like, no, depression is a real thing. It's not something to make jokes about. You will have times where you will have breakdowns. You will want to cry 24/7. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to do any work. You just want to give up. And you don't want anyone to bother you. Just take care of yourself. If you're at a point where you just feel like you can't do it anymore, if you're spiritual, pray about it. If you're not, find something that makes you happy. Go surround yourself with other people. Go to your school cafeteria. Go to the library. Just get out of the house. Like, trust me, it will definitely make you feel better. If you stay in that room, if you stay in the bed, you will just make the situation worse, and you won't be helping yourself. That even goes along with removing toxic people from your life. If you know that someone's toxic, stop holding on to them, because they're not helping your mental health, and they're not helping you through this nursing aspect. They're just making this journey of your life 10 times harder because you're holding on to them, and they're just causing more problems. Mental health and self-care, very important. You need to find a hobby. There are things that you do enjoy. If you feel like you don't have time to do them, you do have time. You can do it before bed. You can do it first thing in the morning. You don't have to instantly get up and start studying. So for instance, for me, one of my things that I like to do is I love Pinterest. Like, this past year, Pinterest has been my thing. Like, I just feel like I just plan out my life on Pinterest. So Pinterest to me is a hobby. Every night right before bed, I do take some time for myself, because I usually don't go to bed until like around 12 or 1 o'clock, which is really bad. I mean, that's what time I usually like don't fall asleep. I usually get in bed around 11. So from 11 to 12, I'll get on Pinterest and I'll stop doing homework. So anytime I look at my clock and I see that it's about to be 11 o'clock, I instantly just stop doing what I'm doing, especially if it's not due the next day, or if I don't have an exam. I'll stop doing what I'm doing and get on Pinterest, because sometimes I just need to like get away from all the schoolwork and not think about it. Literally a Pinterest board for everything. It's one of my hobby things that I do to relax myself, to not make myself stressed out, because stress is not good for your mind, as everybody knows. It doesn't help the situation. I think that was number 6, but I can't remember. Or number 7. Number 8 is you can do it. Okay, I know I said that a lot in this video, but you can do it. Do not give up on yourself. Please don't. I know you probably have had enough of my motivational talks by now, but please don't give up. I cannot stress that enough as well. You will have a lot of times where you just feel like giving up, having breakdowns, like I always say. But like I said, there's a reason why you're here. Do not give up. We do not need you to be giving up. You've made it this far. There's other people who wish that they were in your shoes, and there's a reason why you're here. Obviously, God sees that you have the potential to be one of his healers. There's a reason why you're here. And if your passion is nursing, and your passion is to help and care for people and to make people feel better, do not give up, because it will pay off and it is worth it. I constantly tell myself this all the time. So please do not give up. You can do it. Trust and believe. When you see that RN BSN next to your name, you know that this day and this time where you were ready to give up, you will look back on that time and be like, really? I really said I was about to give up. But now look at me. I'm here, sitting in the emergency department, sitting in the OB department, wherever you want to work, orthopedics, pediatrics, whatever department you want to work in. You will be so happy that you did not give up. One of the number one reasons why I wanted to start YouTube, because I want to look back on this journey and be like, wow, like I really wanted to give up. Really wanted to give up. For what? And now look at me. Litmus stethoscope on. Got my little name tag on with the RN under my picture, whatever unit I want to work on next to it. Like, I really did that. Like, just call me Nurse Summer. Like, that's what I'm striving for. If you want that RN PSN next to your name, or whatever degree you're going for, keep going. You will not regret it. You will look back on that day and be like, wow, like I'm so glad I did not give up. I'm so glad I did not stay in that bed. I'm so glad that I just kept going and kept it pushing. So, number 9, relationships. I've constantly seen things on Facebook, on Twitter, on any type of social media that there is, where people are asking for relationship advice because they feel like their significant other isn't supportive. They feel like their significant other cheated on them and they're going through a divorce. They're not supportive. They're being very selfish and saying, "You're not making time for me." Like I said before, um, people will most likely reveal their true colors, excuse me, during this time, just because you're already going through so much with school and you have so much going on up here. People will will review their true colors. I think the number one essential thing when it comes to relationships with your significant other is that you let them know when you're starting nursing school, like, hey, this is what's about to happen. This is what you're getting yourself into with me. You may have already been in this relationship for 4, 3, 2, however many years or months you guys have been together, and you just really need to reiterate with that person, like, hey, I'm not going to really have time for this. Like, of course, it's important to make time, and you will have time. Like me personally, I'm actually in a long distance relationship. He lives like 2 hours away, and I honestly do make time for him. Like, if I know his work schedule, so if he's getting off, if he's working a 12-hour shift, I know what time he's getting off. So I'll study or plan my day accordingly because I like to be very organized. I'll plan my day to the T if possible. So I would basically make like a little timeline, like, okay, I get out of class at this time, he gets off work at this time. I know he's gonna call around this time. So I'm going to make this little time slot right here from the time he gets off work to the time he goes to bed, and I'll make time for him. I'm not saying that it's not important to make time for people. That's one thing I should have said before. It is important to make time for people. But at the same time, if that person like becoming like a burden or an obstacle or coming in between you and your goal, you might have to drop them, as bad as that sounds. And I've seen like a lot of posts where people are like, oh, we've been together for 5 years and I told him before that I'm not gonna have time, and he's used to say that he understands, but now he doesn't. It might be time to drop him, as bad as that sounds. Like, if people aren't supporting you, this is when you're really going to need the most support a lot. Like, you may have been that supportive person for them all the time. Shoot, they might have went through nursing school and you were supportive, and now they're acting like they don't understand. No, they need to understand, and you need to tell them up front, like, hey, this is what we're both getting into. I'm not going to have time for myself, and I most likely am not going to have time for you. And I know that sounds bad, but y'all can make up a plan. You can make up a schedule, like, hey, okay, I'm off on this weekend. I don't have school on the weekend, but I do need to study for my exam, which we're having this exam on April 26th or something like that. So how about our anniversary is on the Saturday of the 21st? I'm just making these dates up. Our anniversary is on the 21st. I'm going to study in the morning before you get here. And then when you get here, we're going to hang out. And then when you leave, I'm going to study some more, and then I'll study the next day. That's why I said it's important to plan with your studying too, because your studying habits will have to change. You might have to be like me and change your study habits, where you'll have to study like 2 weeks in advance or right after class as soon as you get new material. So it is important to make time for your significant others, but it's also important if you let them know, like, hey, and y'all can even make up little things that can help you out too. Like, they can help you study if they're up for it and they're really supportive and they're really there for you and they understand how hard this is going to be. They will make time. There's been plenty of times where I've been lazy and I did not want to study because I was so tired of studying. I'm so excited that my boyfriend's calling me. I'll answer the phone and he'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, no, nothing. I'm just sitting here and I have like study guides in front of me. And he'd be like, are you supposed to be studying? I'm like, yeah, I have an exam like 3 days, but I started studying 2 weeks ago. But I really need to emphasize on this one chapter that I've been struggling with when it comes to memorization. I'm sorry. And he'll be like, all right, well, talk to you later. I'm like, no, like, I really want to talk. And he's like, no, study. No, get off the phone. Call me back in an hour. I'll still be up. Text me, call me. And I'll be like, no, like, if you hang up, I'm going to call you back. I'm not saying that I do not slack and I do not procrastinate. Because if you look up procrastinator in the dictionary, you'll see my face. But there will be plenty of times where I just will not be with it. I will not have any motivation. And he'll just, what did we talk about before? What is your goal? Isn't your goal to become a RN and work in this department? And you got 2 more years left? Go study. I'll still be up, like I said. If not, we will talk tomorrow. So that was one important thing for me when we did get together, was I'll let him know last summer before this school year started. I said, hey, I'm finishing up my prereqs the first semester, but the second semester in spring, I will have like health assessment and Patho and Farm, and I just might not have a lot of time because my schedule is like more vigorous now. There's like I have like late night classes and stuff this semester, and I was like, so I just want to let you know, like, I might not have a lot of time because our schedules are so different from like his work schedule. And he was like, okay, like, that's okay, we'll make it work. We've been making it work for this long. If you need to study, I'm gonna tell you need to study. Like, if you tell me you don't feel like studying, you really need to study, and you tell me you just want to talk to me, we not talking. It's important, like I said, to have those supportive people in your life. And also, another thing that I did see on Facebook was somebody posted something about them trying to find love in nursing school. And like I said, nursing school is different for everybody. Some people, like I said, might not find it hard, or you may sometimes feel like you need that support, or you're looking for a significant other, because college is the prime time where people start looking for that companion, and that's perfectly fine. It's different for everybody. You may or may not find your significant other in that aspect, and it's okay to date in nursing school. I'm not saying because nursing school is so hard and so time consuming that you won't have time for that significant other. You can make time, definitely, but like I said, there will be days where you will not even have time for yourself. But it is important to make time for other people if time is willing, and if you don't have any exams and stuff like that. So when it comes to relationships, it is okay to start dating in nursing school, but my number one tip and advice is that you let that person know up front, this is what you're getting yourself into with me. I'm in nursing school. It's very time consuming, but we can make it work. We can make up a little time schedule. We can make up little days where we take dates. Just as important as it is to make time for yourself and to practice those self-care tips, it's very important to make time for your significant other and to invest time into your relationship. Even though it may not be a lot of time, you can make time, trust me. I'm not an expert, but like I said, my number one tip is to let that person know up front, this is what you're getting yourself into with me because of my schedule. But you can make it work. If you find the right person with the right support, the right heart, and the right mind, they will be there for you through whatever. If you guys are meant to be, you guys will make it work. So trust me on that. Reiterating again, I know I just said that, but just as important as it is to take care of yourself and to make time for yourself, you can definitely make time for a significant other. You both just have to be in the same mindset about this whole thing. And it will get tough. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy to maintain a relationship and making time for everything. It's really tough. But like I said, with the right person, you can't make it work. That was actually my last tip that I wanted to throw out there. In conclusion, like I'm writing a little essay or something, nursing school is something that is definitely hard. It's one of those things that to go through for 4 years, but you can get through it. You definitely can get through it. Like I said, I'm only in my sophomore year. It's definitely taught me a lot about myself. It has helped me mature a lot as well too. It's just a lot, but you can get through it. It will be worth it in the end. This is definitely your calling. This is your purpose. Rewarding experience, especially when you get that diploma, when you get your testing results from your NCLEX that say you have passed and you're officially a licensed RN in the state of Ohio. It will pay off. So just continuously think about all of the great things that you will be doing, all the lives you will be saving in whatever department you want to work in. Just think about how awesome you will feel once you get that RN and once you get your BSN as well. So don't give up and keep going, and you don't give up on yourself. You're going to have days where you're just not feeling it and you're like, is this even for me? Am I putting myself through these 4 years of stress for no reason? No, you're not. Because one day when you're in hospice care or you're doing clinicals and a person or a little old lady just grabs your hand and goes, honey, thank you so much for taking care of me. You have made my day. You have saved my life. Like, I haven't experienced that during clinicals, but I've experienced that working at a nursing home. And it's just so great to like make somebody's day and for them to just smile at you. For you to simply have a connection with that person and to make them smile, and they haven't been smiling all day because they've been in so much pain. Their family hasn't been able to come and visit. And they're just going through it right now at a tough time in their life. And it's so rewarding to know that that will pay off one day. Just to know that, like, you made that person's day. You made them feel better with all the problems that they're going through. And for them to physically tell you and for you to hear the words out of their mouth, like, you have made my day that much better, it definitely will pay off, I'm telling you. So just keep going. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Self-care, hobbies, mental health is important. You will find friends, okay? You will find friends. It's a different experience for everybody. It's a different journey. But you will meet people along the way. Don't be afraid to let go of people who are not helping you get through this experience and this journey. It will pay off. I look forward to that part in the future. And I'm definitely rooting for each and every one of you who are watching this video. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hope to see you guys.